Ferdinand Magellan was born in Portugal, either in the city of Porto or Sabrosa, in 1480. His parents were noble in Portugal. After her death, Magellan became for the queen when he's 10. He studied in the Queen Leonora schools of pages in Lisbon and spent most of his days in categories astronomy, navigation, which helps him a lot on later on journey of sailing around the world. In 1505, when Magellan was 25 years old, he joined the Portuguese navy and sailed into East Africa. He joined himself into the Battle of Deu in 1509, which is the battle that Portuguese navy destroyed Egyptian navy in the Arabian Sea. 2 years later, he has his own ship and he explored Alaska and other place, Singapore, in the Middle Asia. In 1513, Magellan was injured during a battle, and after then, he walked with a limp all his life. After his injury, he was being accused for trading with the Moors, which is illegal and untrue. Even though he sacrificed everything for Portugal, but he was still refused the offer of employee, which means he's being fired from Portugal army. So then, in 1517, Magellan moved to Spain, in Seville. Some people say that the reason he moved to Spain is not because he was being falsely accused, it's because that the Portugal king does not accept this idea of sailing around the world. In 1517, Magellan moved to Seville, Spain, gave his skills, experience, and his plan to Spain. Since then, he started preparing some plans, evidence used for persuading King Charlie I of Spain. And then later on, Magellan presented his plan to the King Charlie I of Spain, and then later on who became King Charlie V of the Holy Roman Empire. Then, on the September 20th of 1519, after 2 years of preparation, he set out with 5 fully supplied ships, start his voyage of surrounding the world. Magellan made full preparation. The only mistake he made is to miscalculate the distance of sailing to Pacific Ocean. So the fleet sailed first to Brazil and then down coast to the Strait of Magellan, which is the very south of the America, and then they get into Pacific Ocean. Magellan miscalculate the size of the Pacific Ocean and then leads to the food and water lack of food and water situation. Under Magellan Strait, one ship was wrecked, which means it was broken and being sent back to Spain. Yeah, on the Strait of Magellan, one ship got wrecked, and sent back to Spain. Considering the danger, exploration, and adventures happened to Magellan later on, this ship had made a very wise decision. About 1 year later, on the March of 1521, the rest ship of Magellan has across the Strait of Magellan and achieved to Gwen. Later on, Magellan's fleet deployed onto the Hormonhole Islands, almost near to Philippines, with only 150 men out of 270 who started exploration. Magellan traded with the island king named Rahal Humabon, and allies formed quickly. And then Spanish people getting off between a war with another tribe, and Magellan was killed in the Battle of April 27, 1521. The remaining crew escaped from the Philippine Islands and continued toward the Spice Island. In the 1521, they arrived and gathered lots of spice and returned back to Spain. During the journey, they met some Portuguese pirates, made them lose even more crew. After all, there was only 17 people back in Spain 1 year later, in September 8th of 1522.